guys, it's a beautiful, beautiful rainy night. Just wanted to share a couple thoughts. It was on my way home, but good time for sharing. You know, got the rhythm of the windshield wipers and all that. So I wish that we could see the patterns that we inherit as clearly as we can see the physical objects that we're given. You know, if I gave my child a bike and they gave their child that bike, well, the inheritor of that bike would eventually be able to see, oh, you know, there's a little rust on the chain. And they wouldn't just get rid of the bike, hopefully, but they would know the areas of the bike that need some attention and some upgrades. And the patterns that we inherit are very much the same way. The authority figures in our lives, family members, you know, teachers, etc., everyone's constantly doing their best in how they teach us or how they try. And their model for what their best is what has and hasn't worked for them, what has and hasn't been traumatic for them. And so, you know, if somebody had a harder life, the patterns that they might pass on to anyone who they teach would probably be a little bit more fear-based. And that's not to spite anyone, but that style of thinking and that attitude isn't necessarily constructive. I mean, it's really not constructive at all to come from a fear-based place. But we can't see the patterns. We can if we observe, you know, really closely, but it's not as plain to see as, you know, if I gave you a bike and you were like, oh, this bike is like mostly good, except that chain needs to be switched out. And, you know, the patterns that we're given, let's say that you have a parent and that parent is really strong-willed. They have a really great work ethic, but they're coming from a lack mentality, and that endless working is coming from more of a place of fear than maybe constructive aspiration or something else, right? So it's important to be able to observe a pattern, especially the patterns that, you know, were taught to you by whoever, and say, okay, these are the parts of the pattern that are functional, and these are the parts that need a little upgrade. And that's how you can escape what's otherwise a very automatic thing that passes under people's conscious detection and becomes a kind of family pattern until eventually someone comes along to break it. It might not even be a family thing, you know? It might just be like a generational cultural thing. Who knows? But observe the pattern, observe the parts, and you'll be good. And you are good. Bye.